everybody, welcome. Tonight we are back on the Hohner YouTube channel. This is the Hohner live interview series. Thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you're doing great on this Thursday evening. This is episode 63, which is crazy. And our special guest and interview partner tonight is Marcin Dyjak. So please welcome him from Poland. Thank you for taking your time.
Thank you. Hello, Konstantin. Hello, everybody. I'm really fine. I'm so honored to be here. Thanks for having me here.
Wonderful.
So such a pleasure for me to be here.
Yeah, I can see the chat. Like many people from Poland tuning in too.
Yeah.
Greetings from
Hello,
Poland,
guys.
from the city of Pruszków.
Yeah, Pruszków. Yeah.
Oh.
This is the central Poland.
And then what's your city? Where are you located right now?
Now I live in Krakow. This is the old capital of Poland, and this is cultural capital of Poland. Very friendly city.
I do know. Yeah.
Yeah, this is very friendly city for artists, for musicians. There are plenty of music venues, jazz clubs, theaters, art galleries. So, and it's also destination for over 3 million people all around the world because of old market square and old monuments. So it's definitely very historical and very beautiful place. And you know, it's a very friendly city for every musician. If you want to study music, study art, you can definitely came here to Krakow. So I love that place.
So there are a lot of students in Krakow.
Yeah, it's over 200,000 during university, time. So it's a plenty of different universities, and you can study everything you want. So yeah, this is definitely a nice place for young people.
I see. Yeah, that's what I heard. Like I just heard like that the jazz scene in Krakow is very strong with all the clubs.
Yeah. Because there is a very famous club called Harry's Piano Jazz Bar, and he was ranked. He took place in the ranking of 10 the best jazz places in the Europe. So yeah, you can imagine that there are many. Before pandemic, maybe the situation was better, but now still many places works and you can find live music every day.
Oh yeah, wonderful. Yeah, that's interesting. So for those of you who don't know or haven't heard about Marcin up until now, he's a worldwide pioneer of a harmonica tuning called augmented tuning, which we're gonna learn about a lot today. I hope so. So he's a real innovator and recently toured all over Europe with the Best of Ennio Morricone show. We're going to talk about that later on too.
Yeah.
And if you have any questions out there, let us know in the chat. I'm going to read them out loud. And yeah, looking forward to the conversation. So right now, do you have the chance to play any live gigs?
So now I'm about the situation is not is dynamic. So now we have no chance to play regular concerts, maybe because about the restrictions. But I hope the spring and summer will be better. So now in Poland, being musician, it's a more seasonal profession. But I have many things to do, and I have a time to do new things, read books, and to jog and exercise.
Oh, so you're a runner too?
Workout. Yeah. This is great time if you touring for many years, that the long holidays can charge your batteries. So I think it's a great time. So I'm a music producer. I'm recording here in my home studio. So I give some lessons, private lessons. So if someone is interested, so you are welcome. And I give some and run some workshops, online workshops.
Oh yeah,
So yeah, if you diversity, it's a key to success. If you do many things, you can always busy. So I think this is my my mm, my strategy, or maybe, yeah, I think strategy is a good word.
definitely. That's good. Yeah, next time we meet up, we gotta go for a run together.
Sure. But I'm quite amateur runner, but 5K is okay for me.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's wonderful. Because I mean, just before the stream, we did talk about when we first met, and I mean, both times we met at the World Harmonica Festival in Trossingen.
Yeah.
But the first time was 2013 already.
Yeah, 2013. It was my first time on World Harmonica Festival, and it was very spontaneous decision, because I have only 3 months to prepare for the contest. So I, especially for that festival, for the jazz category, I wrote a piece called Perseids. And that's the funny story, because I guess you were in a jury. So you are very young. You were very young. So
I was definitely just 8 years younger than I am right now.
Yeah.
So people
I
can
don't
do the
ask
math.
you about your age, but I remember that I was impressed that about your performing, about your style and technique. So yeah. But it's World Harmonica Festival, for the audience, for your information. This is the biggest harmonica event in the world. So there are hundreds of harmonica players, harmonica lovers, who came all around the world to meet in one place. So it's not only about the contest. It's about the connection, about inspiration, because there are people from different countries. They have different ideas, different play in different ways. So this is the big lesson and big inspiration for me.
It's really about the exchange.
I definitely recommend World Harmonica Festival. I hope see each other next time. So yeah, that was my first time in 2013. It's 8 years ago, 9 years ago. So a long time.
Very true. Yeah. It's really about the exchange. And I mean, I remember there were even like these classical music kind of sessions going on, where people just jammed with bass harmonicas and chord harmonicas and all that stuff. So
yeah. So yeah, it's
crazy.
about jamming, as about workshops, about sharing ideas, and sometimes maybe beer. So German beer. so
Obviously,
yeah, it's food is delicious. Place is it's a very cozy, because this is a small town, but it's very very warm and very very nice. So yeah, it's a nice place.
Yeah. So people are going crazy in the chat already. They definitely want us to play something.
But which instrument? Because
that's a big question. Definitely. Yeah. I see Tina's tuning in. Frank is tuning in. Who else? Raymond, fantastic chromatic player from Riga. Shervin Sarabi, who was a winner of the Harmonica Challenge, one of the last ones. Boris Plotnikov is tuning in. Hi guys, it was fun to meet you in Trossing World Harmonica Festival 2013. Oh yeah, and I think Boris also participated in the contest back then.
Yeah, of course. We were awarded.
But it was very successful for both of you.
Jazz category. So I won second prize, and Boris, I think, third place. So third prize. So.
Oh wow! Do you remember who won the whole thing?
I think it was Greg Miller from the UK.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I guess. So
is it true that he was like playing some like kind of gypsy jazz songs?
I really don't remember.
I think that's what I remember.
Yeah, maybe.
At least there was like one contestant who was a fantastic player, but I feel like he was playing like a transcription basically. I mean, very well.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. So I actually I don't remember, but yeah, Boris, thank you that you are here. So big hug from Poland.
And Alexei is also tuning in from Estonia.
Yeah, Alexei. He's a great. He customized harmonicas. I have one from him here. So this is augmented tuned harmonica from Alexei Kormin.
Oh wow!
So he is a wonderful customizer of harmonica. So he make wonderful comps and doing some magic with reed plates. So I don't know why, but
he did give a workshop at the Estonian Harmonica Festival this summer.
Yeah.
This summer? Yeah. Last year.
Yeah. So
do you remember the piece that you played at the World Harmonica Festival?
I played for the first time.
I mean, this is just an idea for a piece to play, but maybe you want to play something else.
Perseids. This is my original composition. So you can find it on YouTube. So I prepared it specially for that contest, and I played it with a G harmonica. So I played that kind of. Yeah, so that kind.
Okay, yeah. So back then you were playing regular tuned diatonic harmonicas?
Yeah, I still play diatonic harmonica mostly in jazz, mostly in blues groups, blues rock, rock or folk music, because the diatonic how to say, layout of harmonica.
Oh, yeah.
It's fits great for that kind of music, for that genres, because it's based on pentatonics. So it's easier to play with natural sound of harmonica, blues and rock and folk music. If I want to play something more complicated without effort, without thinking about key changers or something, I use augmented tuned harmonica, because it's a tune which allows you to play in 12 keys without overblows. So which means that every key is pretty similar. So there is no differences between, for example, C major and F sharp major. So they are very similar, and you can't recognize which position I use. So yeah, it's very, very. So this is a big feature of that instrument.
But still, like, how many different keys of augmented tuned harmonicas do you actually use?
I have two, because the key
wow,
doesn't
yeah.
matter. Key doesn't matter. It's more about the sound. I have low low E, which is more dark, and A flat, which is more bright. So
That's
sometimes I
crazy. So
use
these are the two only instruments.
yeah, because I need only one
Yeah.
harmonica to play in 12 keys. So this is great when you grab your instrument and go to the jam session, and you don't need the box of harmonica,
Yeah,
case
that's
of
what people
harmonicas.
hate. That's what I hate.
Yeah, it's still better
I mean, I can still only bring the
than you
C,
are,
but like,
than you play or keys or bass, So when you have combo and instruments, so still better play harmonica.
so on the augmented tuned harmonica, you have like both on the blow and on the draw. Over
You
the
know,
entire spectrum, you have like an augmented triad. Is that true?
yeah, the layout is very very simple, because on a upper reed plate you have augmented chord. When we start from C, it's C, E, A flat, and C, and lower reed plate, it's also augmented chord, but it's altered minor third up. So we have A flat, sorry, E flat, G, and B, and E flat.
Yeah.
So when you combine these two reed plates, we have quite exotic scale called minor third half step.
Yeah.
And so this is very very logic instrument, because it's symmetrical tune. So we have another symmetrical tune called diminished. But why I chose that one? Because I was able to create myself that instrument with diatonic harp reed plates with some modifications. So it was 2013. So I do not nothing about different kind of tunes. Harmonica manufacturers really don't pay attention about ordering different kinds. So I had to check myself how it works before I spend a lot of money to make special order. So
That's true.
yeah, I chose that instrument, and it was quite similar to diatonic, and it has two band notes on each hole. It means you can. So you can play, for example, glissando.
Yeah, so basically all of them sound like a two-hole draw on the regular diatonic.
Yeah, that's right. So I thought it's okay, it's that. But I had to change my 12 years old breathing technique, because 75% of notes are inhaled. So you have only 10 notes on blow and 30 on draw. So
I mean, that's even more extreme than on the diatonic, because like already on the diatonic you usually draw more than you blow, right?
Yeah. But
and on the augmented is even more.
Yeah. So I'm struggling about right pitch, right intonation of band notes, because every hole is different, because it's okay on lower register you can play, lower octave you can play, because it's similar to diatonic. But if you have upper octave, it's very tight if you
Yeah.
want to play very precisely. So I spent few weeks to playing, band notes, and I felt totally like neophyte. So I was totally new, but it was kind, exciting because I s- I decided to play another instrument after World Harmonica Festival 2013, because okay, I achieved my goals. I won the second prize, but I feel a little bit emptiness. I was conscious about limits of diatonic harmonica.
Okay,
So
I see.
it's not equal, when you play C and C in C and, for example, C sharp. Yeah, it's different flavor, different level of difficulty. Yeah, so I knew that I felt that my musicality, creativity, it's far away from my technique, because of course I used advanced technique, play in 12 keys, but I needed a new goal. So I was inspired by the great harmonica player Kacper Smoliński. He
Oh,
he
okay.
he, he is playing,
But he's a chromatic player
he
mainly,
play
right?
yeah, he play chromatic, but this is special kind of chromatic. It's whole, I guess, whole tone chromatic. So it's a symmetrical tune. Yeah. So actually we went together to World Harmonica Festival.
Oh,
So
wow, he was there too.
yeah, at the first time. So yeah, and he told me that okay, you should try symmetrical kind of tunes. So I didn't know nothing about it. So I started to dig in internet. No, I found to different kind of tunes. So diminished and augmented. So yeah, and mm, the idea is simple. I mean, you can play in 12 keys without without overblows.
Yeah.
And another thing is, mm, if you want to play any pattern or scale or anything else on a regular instrument, you need to learn how to play in 12 keys, yeah, in 12 positions. On that instrument, you need to play. You need to learn how to play in four
Exactly. Yeah.
positions, four keys, because you can how to say, you can
Yeah, the pattern just repeats,
same
right?
you can play, yeah, you can play the same pattern on each hole. So for example, I play, it's C and E, A flat. I use this exactly the same pattern. So if you have some science mind, and you see patterns, and you see, how to say, analogies in the world. So it's definitely instrument for you. It's simple, mm, in theory, but if but it's definitely for advanced harmonica player. I mean, technically advanced,
Yeah.
because you need to um, pay attention and invest a lot of time and effort to to how to say, how to be, mm, mm, to achieve some level of technique. Yeah. So I spent a lot of hours. I played, 12 years of diatonic harmonica, and then I took that instrument, and I feel like I've never played harmonica. So
Yeah.
yeah, but I'm kind of stubborn. I'm very if I want something, it's a big chance that I achieve that goal.
So, yeah, thinking about the structure, like the augmented pattern, all these triads, they don't really lend themselves to playing diatonically and like major scales first. So that's can be quite a challenge for like a beginner harmonica player.
Yeah.
But there
There
are
is no
so
there
many
is
other
no chance.
questions coming in
Yeah.
about the augmented harp. So you already did demonstrate the bends in the upper octave. Um,
Yeah.
so Boris is asking, are you comfortable to bend those deep bends on low holes of your low E augmented? Can you show?
I don't use a low E instrument because it's broke, so I
Okay.
had to. But yeah.
Okay, so that was Boris' question. Andrew Parker is asking, you are expanding the intervals between the blow and draw notes to increase the range of the bands. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So actually, the range of that instrument is 3 octaves and minor third.
Oh yeah, that's what Boris
But
just typed into the chat too.
yeah, and then you can expand that for overblow. So you have major third and
Yeah.
another overblow. So you have fourth. So actually it's almost three and a half of octaves. So yeah, that's the reason that I chose that instrument over diminished, which has only 2.5 of the octaves.
Yeah.
So but actually the last note, the last hole is very very high. So sometimes I use it maybe in the climax of the solo. Yeah, but it's very very. Yeah, it's very high. So maybe it's not very comfortable.
Yeah. So yeah, just
For
wanted to
the
say what
audience, of
Boris just
course.
wrote. Like on the augmented, yeah, you just gotta practice some more bands, having two bands available on each hole. But yeah, diminished would be one half-tone band on every single hole only. So
I never tried diminished, but I guess it's maybe it's a little bit easier because it's only one
yeah.
one band note. So and it's Alfred Hirsch. Yeah,
Oh, that's true.
this is
Yeah,
the
he's
guy.
German, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, maybe he's
And
Austrian or from Switzerland. At least he
Yeah,
speaks
but
German.
German speaking person.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I saw his videos, and yeah, he performed pretty well. So yeah, I recommend him as reference to see how that instrument sounds.
Darius is asking, can you play any chords on an augmented harp? Yeah.
Yeah, of course. You mean at the same time? Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. It's this is about the flavor. You can't play. Classical blues on that kind of instrument because there is no flavor. There is no. Yeah. So so that instrument diatonic is for blues, that is for jazz. So So at first I thought, okay, this is a new instrument, everything I'm gonna play on that instrument, yeah. But the reality showed me that it's unpractical. So it's better to stick with diatonic and with some genres and augment it with more complicated music.
That makes sense. So Philip is asking, I see this harmonica has a lot of bends. How to play bendings in a fast pace and effortless so I can use it in improvisations? Okay.
So yeah, how to do it? So I guess he meant that, okay, this is always a problem for beginners to play band notes is fast pace, yeah. And I think it's the best way. It's slow down and try to work about details, about connections between natural sound, natural tone, and note, and band note. The connection is the most important thing. If you practice that, so you can change the pace, you can change the tempo, and it will work. So I think this is very common. Problem among the harmonica beginners. Yeah. So yeah, it's if you can't play something, just slow down and try pay attention to the details.
Yeah, that's really good. So you told us that you're also teaching harmonica. So
Yeah.
What's like the first thing that you teach to a beginner student?
Okay, I'm starting with breathing technique.
Okay, yeah.
Because it's very important, and a lot of people, a lot of teachers even, don't pay attention for breathing. Diaphragm, it's a natural muscle which should be used when you play harmonica. So when you are flexed here in shoulders, in that part, when you're flexed in your mouth, in your neck, it's extremely difficult to play comfortably. It's impossible. So you need to relax. I teach people how to relax, how to breathe properly, because proper breathing, this is the problem of Western world, I guess, because we live in stress, and nobody learned us how to breathe properly. Yeah. So if you are a musician, when you sing, if you are a singer, if you play some wind instruments, okay, so you know how to do it if you are actor. But regular person doesn't know that there is something like diaphragm. Yeah. They think that the lungs are lungs are for breathing. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But this is the organ which allows you to exchange gases. The real engine of breathing is diaphragm. Yeah. So
Okay.
I graduated biology, so I'm kind of freak about the anatomy and how to play it, why people have problem on second draw.
Yeah.
And how to bend properly. It's all about the biology and some natural behaviors, so that we need to change if you want to play better without effort. Yeah. So it's simple, but you need to be conscious about it.
Okay, so I guess when you started out, you didn't study biology already, so Yeah, tell us about your beginnings playing the instrument. Did you have like a musical childhood already?
It's I grew up in artistic environment because my parents worked and still work in culture center in my town, my hometown, and I had opportunity to take part in music shows, concerts, theater shows, dance shows, exhibitions.
Yeah.
So it's natural part of my life. So my father is semi-pro harmonica player. He also play piano and guitar, and my whole family is quite, mm, you know, they had predisposition for music. Yeah, so it was natural way for me. So when I was 7, my father encouraged me to sign up for music lessons, piano classes in music school. So mm, he took me, actually, this funny story. He took me to the concert after graduation in music school, and children performed for the audience, for parents, and I saw these children's and that emotions, that audience, that clapping, and I knew that I want to be on a stage at age of 7. So
Yeah.
right after the show, I decided to sign up for music school, but I didn't know how much effort, how much time you need to spend with instrument to be comfortable on the stage. So I graduated music school after 6 years, but I was 13, 14. I wasn't into classical music. Of course, now I admire Polish composers, Chopin, Szymanowski, Kilar, Penderecki,
Yeah, I
and
mean, especially
and
Poland
many.
has like a very crazy classical music culture.
Yeah. So I admired them, and of course I like listen to Mozart, Bach, Rachmaninoff, Orff, and of course uh, Edvard Grieg, with which wrote famous Peer Gynt. Yeah. So this is my favorite suite, and but that time I wasn't really into in music, classical music. So at that time my father play in rock band, blues rock band, called Hash, and they touring a lot. Mm, they won some festivals, and I was into more, Deep Purple, Jimi Hendrix, Led Zeppelin, that kind of music, maybe blues, and I saw him. Uh, he played harmonica, so of course harmonica was always in our house. So naturally I started to play, and I have everything in my head. I had music, so I uh, learn faster than most of people. The only limitation was the technique. So after few years, after 2 years, I play, blues stuff, over bands, everything. I play chromatically.
Yeah.
So yeah. Actually, last year I have a little anniversary, 20 years with harmonica. So so
That's a
time
long time,
flies.
yeah.
Time
But during
flies.
that period of time, you didn't really have like a teacher or.
At first I have no teacher. My first teacher was my father, and then I took part in some workshops with Jean-Jacques Milteau. He was 3 times in Poland, and every time I attended to his workshops, and it was very inspiring for me. I learned how to play, you know, his every solo.
Oh yeah. So
Yeah.
what are some other players that you transcribed a lot of solos of?
Carlos del Junco, maybe not all,
Yeah.
but some of them. Gary Primich, and of course John Popper.
Oh wow.
Yeah, really, really. I was into the album the four. It's I heard maybe 1,000 times. So yeah. So it's that kind. Yeah, so that kind of
Yeah, it's
stuff.
already all of that is very based on like breathing
Yeah.
patterns, basically.
So I that time I started play with tongue, and
Oh wow. I see.
yeah, I use only tongue to change position to change position, to change holes. So it's
Wow, that's
I can't.
crazy.
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
who did taught did who was your teacher like concerning that technique? Or was it just your idea at that point?
It was my idea. I think it's. I didn't notice the point when I changed Packer to tongue block, and to using tongue as a tool to change how to say, to change stream of the air. Yeah. So yeah. It's only tongue. I don't use, I don't need to change harmonica. So it's a lot of easier than Packer for me. But I know some harmonica players who are Packers and play very well. So yeah. But I think for me it works.
That's crazy.
Try to use your tongue. Maybe
Yeah, I mean I could do some I can play through the left side and the right side, and I can overblow tongue blocks and all that stuff. But yeah, just like moving between holds, not really. I did work on some like octave kind of jumps and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but not like the narrow jumps.
Yeah, there's narrow jumps, and this is I shape my tongue like a very very small tip, so it's
so it's just that,
position, yeah. So I think it's a great exercise for the tongue.
Okay, Andrew is asking, 20 years ago there was no YouTube. Do you have thoughts on how people learn now versus how people learned pre-YouTube?
Yeah, that's right. We had no YouTube, we had no Facebook. There weren't harmonica dedicated sites, so everything was by ear. I learned by ear. So sometimes we have no even software to slow down some things.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to really sometimes to figure out how to play something without slowing down. So yeah, it was maybe it was effort, but when you start with that kind of conditions, you put so much effort in that, and then it's easier for you. because you can use your skills on a stage when you are only depend on your ears. So I think it's a good school, yeah. So yeah,
Yeah,
the
and
life existed before YouTube.
and right now, like, what are some YouTubers, harmonica YouTubers that you recommend for people out there?
Oh, there are plenty of different schools. I think you should choose someone who is recommended, and for example, Konstantin, or someone who is in the first league. It's a guarantee of good quality. So don't use poor quality materials. So because it's a loss of the time. It's
Yeah,
better.
but it's hard to
better.
differentiate,
Yeah,
maybe,
yeah,
for
yeah.
a beginner player.
It's better even to order few lessons with a professional harmonica teacher, which shows you how to breathe properly, how to play properly, because it saves your time, your effort, and you will be able to play better in shorter time. So I think it's worth to take some lessons.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's some good advice, definitely. Oh, Boris is asking, are you using U blocking at all?
U blocking? I don't know what is U blocking. You mean?
Oh, he's referring to.
Okay.
That technique.
Yeah. I know the shape, but yeah, this is some kind of U blocking. Yeah, I didn't know that it exists. So yeah, I think sometime I use that kind of shape to create a sound.
Okay, so during the last few years, you're really like toured through Europe with that fantastic show, the Best of Ennio Morricone. How did that come about?
It's a simple story because the music agency looking for harmonica players for many months, and someone recommended me to them, and they asked me to join the project. And of course I said yes, because it's a lifetime opportunity to play with orchestra, with symphony orchestra. It's over 100 musicians and singers on the stage. So they offer me 24 shows. So it's 4 weeks tour across the Europe, Germany, Austria, Switzerland, Denmark, and I guess Sweden. So we played in very nice places, venues, and of course I had opportunity to play Berliner Philharmoniker. So this is Philharmonia of Berlin. So this is very esteemed place. It's one of the most prestigious place for classical musicians. So I am a soloist.
Very big concert halls.
Yeah. So it's and beautiful. I played a soloist here, there in twice. So it's a quite good for harmonica player, yeah, without formal music education. So yeah, it was great pleasure to play with orchestra. I was new with because this is different situation. All life you trusted your ears, and now you have situation that you play with conductor and different musicians. So I at first I was so confused because if you have a big venue, you you don't really want to trust your ears because you are not sure if you hear the sound from the instrument or just a reflection. So that's why conductor is needed. Yeah. So at first I was so confused, but after few rehearsals, it went better and better, and yeah, I really enjoyed that shows. So actually, in total, I played over 100 shows with that project. This is international project.
Yeah.
And I hope, soon I will be back on European stages because Ennio Morricone Ennio Morricone's music is very, very famous, of course, but it's actually very well written. I mean, the melodies,
Yeah.
the structures, the complexity, sometimes simplicity. Yeah, everything.
So which are the pieces that you usually play with the orchestra then, besides Once Upon a Time in the West?
Yeah, and I played, Man with the Harmonica. It was finals piece on the show. So always I had opportunity to feel a standing ovation or something. So it's very exciting. Actually, yeah. I didn't remember my first time in Berliner Philharmoniker. So yeah, I was so excited, but it went well. So yeah. So that's very unique situation when you are harmonica player and have opportunity to perform with orchestra. So yeah, such a huge project.
Yeah, and I do remember playing that with an orchestra. And it's like, I mean, it's not a whole lot of notes. It's probably always like the best payment per note, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Especially when you are solist, you have few notes, but it's it's not so easy because you need to stand, and the audience is over maybe sometimes 3,000 people, and you need to play first few notes. So if you are not very if you have no experience, if you are not experienced, it's very easy to stress out or freak out.
Yeah.
You need to be focused about it, and you need to be experienced. So this is job not for everyone. So you need to play many years to be conscious about the sound, about the how to create your sound, how to create the mood, because it's not the free playing. It's not soloing. It's you have notes, you have sheets, you have conductor, and he wants you to how to say, to do the things on his way. So you need to be quite experienced to do it.
Yeah. So doing that over 100 times, was there ever like a situation where you did have a little problem with like whatever, a reed sticking or?
At first, I played with notes, but of course I am a soloist, so we decided together with conductor that it's better if I play without notes. So Yeah, but it's if you trust each other, it's much more easier to play and have fun with that.
Yeah. Wonderful. Yeah. Are there some other pieces that you played together with them?
Excuse me.
Are there some other pieces that you played together with them? Like, what's their repertoire?
Man with a harmonica and man from Silo, I think. So, but
Yeah.
of course, I play with different orchestras too. I played also American in Paris by George Gershwin. This is the famous trumpet solo, and I transcribed it for harmonica and play with orchestra also. So I have some opportunities to play. I think it's for me natural thing. So yeah, I love to play with the big band. So yeah, that's huge.
Yeah. Wonderful. Yeah. Playing harmonica with an orchestra behind you is a great feeling.
Yeah, definitely. So I recommend that feeling.
Yeah, I feel like we still gotta think about some harmonica playing to wrap this off.
Yeah, so we are about finishing. Yeah, so
I mean, obviously, like people can still ask questions in the chat, and we're glad to answer them.
That's the. So I can show you how the harmonica works and how sounds. So I try to play. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Going through all 12 keys, basically.
Yeah.
Nice.
So you can find that you can notice that the sound is quite similar. Every key maybe has different flavor, but the sound is quite similar. So you can't recognize which position I use at the moment. So yeah, that's the big feature of that instrument.
Yeah. Yeah, people really like it. I see some clapping hands in the chat. Yeah.
So
what are some things you're up to next?
I have some ideas for my solo album, and I prepare another album with my band, Grey Zone American Blues. And also I preparing album as a pianist, because now I'm piano player too. Of course, it's not very complicated. It's not the jazz stuff. It's more rockish rock. Um, so it's quite simple. So um, mm, I I'm confident that I can do it. So just stuff is too much for me. But I think it's a nice. Mm, if you play another instrument, is very helpful. If you want to learn how to play jazz, how to understand harmony, how to understand progressions, scales. Yeah. So some yeah yeah. So it's important to know how it works. So I
Yeah,
treat
especially as a
piano.
harmonica player,
Yeah.
playing like an invisible instrument.
Yeah. So yeah, I treat keyboard like my first instrument because I started with keyboard. So it's easier for me to learn some things on piano, and then I can, if I have an idea how it works, how it sounds. Sometimes it's better to better. It's easier to understand how to play it on harmonica. So because I see the notes, see the keys. So it's definitely very helpful, and yeah. So I recommend to play another instrument, guitar or piano. Piano is maybe more universal. So you play piano too, I guess.
That's what I also started out with. Yeah,
Yeah, because you are producer of music, so yeah, it's very helpful to to to
at least play
manage.
a little. Yeah,
Yeah, so yeah, that's
and
a good
also
way.
like I guess that's true for a lot of composers. Like I do compose on the piano, and
Yeah,
then I try to do it on the harmonica.
yeah, I think this is a great way because you can play some chords and write over progression you just created. So yeah, I think it's a proper way to composing. Yeah, about my plans, I have some. I was in. I have some invitations from European harmonica festivals. Probably I will perform in Estonia in Pärnu, and some shows in
That's
Poland.
wonderful. Have you been there before?
No, because
Okay,
of pandemic. So I had invitation in 2019,
oh I see.
2020, sorry, and then So yeah, maybe I will attend in Music China because I'm also endorser of Kongshank.
Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, yes, I endorser since 2019. So yeah, I quite positive about the situation. Positive thinking.
Yeah, you
Think,
definitely got to be
yeah,
optimistic.
yeah. It's better to be. So I hope that this year I'm gonna be at the biggest music fair, trade fair in Asia. It take place in Shanghai. So actually, I was in 2019. It was wonderful. I spent 3 wonderful weeks in China. I play some shows in the booth of Kongshank, and they also organized me a few shows in Shanghai and Beijing. with professional jazz band. So food is delicious. Old monuments, the Great Wall, Forbidden City. Um, it's it's amazing view, and people are very the hospitality and organization was perfect. So I really uh, yeah, I'm really into that that project, and I also think that if you want to play good quality instruments, definitely you should try. For example, Mars. This is the high-end model of Kongshank, or
Oh, I see.
Solist, because they are airtight, responsive, and play very well.
So did it take
So
some time for you to get used to the round holes?
round code, for me, yeah, I have many questions about how it works.
Yeah.
I see, I feel no difference
Okay.
actually. It's just the same. Maybe after these years, uh, it's easier to change instrument, and of course I whole life played Golden Melody. This is great instrument if you want to play very very mm, good quality instrument in fair place. I think Golden Melody is the best choice. So yeah, I also play sometimes Golden Melody, because if you have aluminum comp, it's different sound. Sometimes you need more warm, dark sound, and the plastic comb or wooden comb it's have different features. So yeah, so it's sometimes we need different sound. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So what
Very
harp do
nice.
you
Very
what harps do
musical
you use?
plans too.
What harps do you play? Do you use?
Oh, I'm playing customized instruments by a guy from Germany. His name is Thomas Hanke,
Oh, Thomas Hanke. Yeah.
and it's just a regular marine band, but it has
Oh,
special 20 cover plates on it.
oh, yeah.
So
Nice
that's
hybrid.
the mongrel that I like to play. I just like the cover plates because they are closed on both sides. I don't really like the open cover plates,
Yeah.
like the Marine Band series. Also, my
Yes,
hands are
it's
relatively
yeah,
small, and I feel like
yeah,
it just focuses the tone a little more. And
yeah.
I have
It's
like
very
more control over like the hand effects too. I
yeah.
can
Sure.
get more extreme with that. Um, yeah, these are the thoughts I have. And also, if you want to cover, or if you really want to cup like a marine band, I think you have just less space for your mouth or for your lips to put on the
Yeah.
harmonica, and your tone will not benefit from that. So
Yeah. So it's I think the very important thing is uh, cover plates should um, mm, precisely fit to the rest of the comp mm, and reed plates, because mm, it's about the airproofness, so it's different if you have some air loss here. It can change your comfort of playing, I think so.
yeah.
So yeah, it's important. Yeah, so do we have any questions?
Yeah, let's do the last ones quickly. Let's see. Andrew Parker is asking, is it that much easier playing chromatically with altered tunings? I overblow and sometimes it sucks, but that's where I put my energy. I mean, I would say it's a different sound.
Yeah, it's totally different sound.
Is it easier? I'm not sure.
I you know I don't really know. it's different.
Yeah.
It's different
Let's
because it's
leave it at that. Yeah. Konstantin, would you ever think of using this tuning? I'm not sure. I mean, it would be pretty late to get into it right now.
I don't think so. I have some students which are they in mid 40s or 30s, and they play pretty well on augmented tune harmonica. So they
Yeah.
started with some hope, but but of course they pay a lot of effort to learn how to bend notes, but it's they getting better, yeah. So I think it's any time is good to you know it change your thinking about instrument because it's always the impulse, for you. It motivates you to do new things. You break your habits, break your habits, and I think this is very important because it's creating new paths. If you're in your mind, it's always healthy, and it's always uh, I think it's a good way to not be in the same place, because if you don't improve yourself, you actually it's a reverse track, it's a reverse gear for me.
Okay. Yeah, I see what you mean. I mean, I'm sure I could figure out something when I tried augmented harmonica. But keep using it, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Boris is asking, what is the longevity of Kongshan? Did you ever blow out a reed? Do they offer repairs and spare parts?
Actually, I've I started with cheap harmonicas. My first harp, it was um, Silver Star, I guess.
Oh yeah.
And then I played to a Special 20, and then um, Golden Melody, and of course at that moment I was I was not able to buy new harmonicas because I was student and so on. So I changed my technique of playing. So I play very I
Yeah, you don't put like too much stress on the
yeah, I
reeds.
put a little, very little effort to playing. I have had that instrument from Alexei Kormin over 5 years or 6 years, and yeah. So it's the same situation when I play on the Kongshan. I've never broke a reed, and I guess they offer reed plates. You should check official site. Actually, I'm
Okay.
an endorser, but I'm not the guy from the custom service. So
That's very
customer
true.
service, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a policy of the company. So yeah. So
Okay.
you should ask maybe via email or something.
Tina writes, I bought one Mars. I think they taste strange. Do they come in different flavors?
Yeah, because this is cherry one. This is
Yeah.
and this one is it's not cherry. It's I don't know. maybe it's lemon. So yeah, because this is different. It's anodized aluminum. So of course it tastes differently than plastic. Plastic is maybe
Yeah.
more neutral. Yeah, and I think the plastic ABS. I think it's the best material for comps because it's hygienic. It's easier to clean, and it's quite light. And especially now, you know, if I want to play that instrument, I need to spend few minutes to warm it up
Yeah.
because it's metal. So if you don't want to condense a steam inside the hole, you need to this is a common problem with wind instruments. You should warm up your instrument and then play. So I think there is no that problem in plastic combs.
Oh yeah, that's a good thought. Yeah, I do remember playing the Hohner Meisterklasse with the aluminum comb, like
Meisterklasse.
the
Yeah.
pre-MS,
Yeah.
which I really like. But of course, like if you do tom block a lot, it feels differently and tastes differently.
Yeah. Yeah.
Boris is asking, do you play customized harmonicas? Like, do you set your harmonicas up?
Yeah, because I do very basic stuff on diatonic harmonicas. So some gapping, some shaping of the reeds, maybe sometimes embossing, but very very little. And I, you know, so yeah, it's a basic tuning of basic setting up of instrument. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's about maybe technique.
So you
More.
switched back to
I
the regular diatonic now?
Yeah, it was a regular
So
diatonic.
Harmo
Sometimes-
Active is asking, do you still find it hard to switch between playing the augmented and the diatonic harp? Like, do you sometimes play
No.
both at the same show?
Yeah, after 7 years, no, but at first I had to check if I started with right note. Sometimes I was confused because here, the big feature of that instrument, diatonic one, is that you are in the one key, so it's diatonic. So if you lose your idea, you can easily back to basic sounds, so you can play chord or something. On augmented one, there is no central tone, there is no basic tone. It's like piano, so you need to be aware where you are. You need to be conscious about which sound you play. So yeah. At first it was a problem, but now it's not anymore. But it's funny thing because sometimes I don't even know which key I play on that instrument.
Oh yeah.
I put that instrument and I start play and everything works. So I think it's a good. Sometimes people ask me if I think about the sounds, about the music, about patterns or something. No, I feel the music, I hear the music, and then I use that tool to play. It's the same situation if I play piano. Of course, my technique is not very advanced, but I have the same ideas when I play piano and harmonica. So 70% of your musician being, it's your musicality, imagination, creativity, and 30% is about the instrument. It's about the technique.
Yeah.
If you have a great technique, but you are not creative and don't hear the music, and you only play, for example, the same stuff, it's very hard to start improvise. It's very hard to write music. So you need to invest in your musicality. So hearing, learning how to learning music, listening, analyzing, playing another instrument. It's very important. So it's not. I'm not only harmonica player. So it's much more. If you're conscious about it, it's easier to get fast lane to be better musician.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, just think about Jason Ritchie comes to my mind, improvising with one note only.
Actually, it's a great exercise for every student.
Yeah.
To be, I always said to my students that we should start with one note exercise, because you should feel comfortable with one note, with the rhythm. If you are comfortable with one note, you can you can add another note, so you can play on two notes and then three, and then use pentatonic, for example. But you need to don't be afraid of mistakes, but try to use the simple notes, one or two notes, to start start feeling that instrument. Yeah. So and then expand that. So I think it's a great exercise.
Yeah. That's some wonderful advice. Yeah. So, I mean, I think we answered all the questions in the chat.
Really?
And Bruce of the Apes also writes, one note can be a killer if played right. Definitely.
Yeah.
So, everybody watching, you can check out Marcin and his social media pages in the description box below. You can follow us on Instagram and all that stuff. I'm looking forward to the next episode of the Hohner live interview series. And I'm gonna keep you updated on that. But we already have a harmonica challenge on Twitch planned for February 27th at 6 p.m. Central European Time. Our special guest is Mickey Raphael. That's Willie Nelson's harmonica player from On the Road Again. And we're gonna do a country harmonica challenge. Check out the description box. Join the Harmonica's Discord server. And yeah. Is there anything you still want to say?
I'm so happy to be here with you and with you guys, and thanks for the invitation. It's such a pleasure. So I was a little bit stressed because actually it's my first podcast, but atmosphere here is very friendly. So yeah, I'm feel very relaxed. So
that was wonderful. A lot of fun. And I mean, I love keeping up with the harmonica community through this series. Thank you everyone in the chat for your questions. Thank you for your time, Marcin.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for the invitation. Thank you for wonderful time, and thank you for all harmonica lovers who attended to today's podcast. So tonight's maybe because it's but I hope people all around the world watching it, So yeah, I hope to see you soon, maybe on festivals. Definitely in Trossingen. And yeah, we are in touch.
Oh yes. Big love, everybody. Have a wonderful evening. Bye bye.
Bye bye.